Real estate agents, welcome to the Weekly Closer. I'm your host, Jeff Underwood, along with my co-host, Joey Sampaga. He is the man with the plan in 2018.
Yeah, baby.
Can you believe it's in February already? What the heck is going on?
February.
I just can't believe how fast it goes by.
I know, crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you know, we've had a lot of awesome guests on, and I guess, you know, when you're doing these fun shows, it just kind of flies by. We've got a great guest with us today as well. That's Patrick O'Sullivan, broker-owner of Capcore Real Estate. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good?
Yeah.
You ready to rock and roll?
I'm ready.
All right, sweet. I know we're gonna talk some multifamily stuff here in a little bit too, so that's gonna be great. Yeah. Why don't we start with sharing with the agents that are watching or listening how long you've been in the business, and then what got you into the business originally?
Sure. So I've been in the business since 2009. Got in a kind of a unique way where I was doing corporate real estate, commercial real estate for a large company here, and market downturn came down. They're like, we're not buying any more real estate, so I don't need you to look at any more financial analysis of real estate, so we're gonna let you go.
Got it.
But I learned a lot at that company, and decided, I want to take what I learned from there and help, the smaller investor and the person where I can shake a hand and really know that I made a difference, because I made that company a lot of money, and at the end of the day, kind of let go. And so I'm like, well, I want to take that and be able to shake someone's hand and say, I just helped you make, whatever your goal was,
Sure. So how long ago was that you?
That was 2009, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it was. It was during that time.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
So there were probably some good deals out there, though. 2009.
Well, when I started, I mean, $40,000 houses in the west side of Phoenix, 50,000. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Even on the commercial side, right? Gosh.
Yeah. Even then. Yeah.
Should have picked up something like a building you could turn into a what are those paintball like?
Oh yeah.
Thing.
Yeah.
That'd been kind of fun.
Well, yeah.
Laser tag.
And
laser tag.
That would be cool. Yeah. I was looking at apartment buildings, and if you were above a teen, like 19 a door, that was too high. I mean, that's crazy now, right?
Really?
Wow.
So yeah.
Right.
So I sold quite a bit of that.
Wow. Okay.
And those investors did pretty well.
Okay. So tell us the multifamily that you're doing now. Then, so are we talking duplexes, fourplexes? We're talking small apartments. Yeah,
so duplexes, fourplexes, small apartments. Yeah, so we're typically 2 to probably 30 is kind of the range.
Okay.
I have a few investors that look at larger stuff as well, but bread and butter is kind of that smaller first-time investor, or maybe they've done a couple deals and they just need some help and some guidance. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys sell warehouses?
I don't. Okay. No. I have personally. I don't. We're.
The only reason why I ask is because my wife and we want to do the urban living.
Oh,
we want to take a warehouse and just transform it into something cool.
That would be cool. I've seen some stuff like you turning a firehouse into a house, or
like
something
that would
like
be
that.
awesome.
Yeah.
Have a roller rink in there.
That would be cool. Yeah.
I thought you were looking for a place to store all your stuff, Joey.
Yeah, right.
That's funny.
Give me a big old warehouse. All right. Okay, cool. So how do you help? Because I know the investor thing. We've talked to some other people that are doing a lot of flip properties. Of course, it's single family stuff. Are you able to come across these really good deals right now?
Well, we do, and mainly because it's a lot of marketing and prospecting, and just going and talking to owners. And also, we get some of these from networking with other agents who may have something coming up, or even some, other wholesalers or investors who come across something and they don't have the outlet to move the property.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm kind of one of those guys that a lot of people call and just say, hey, I found this duplex, or I found this 8-unit, or I found this whatever, and they need help because they don't have a buyer for it.
Okay. So let's say, like on an 8-unit or whatever, 24, this range, what are they mostly something that needs some fixing up, I'm assuming?
It's a mixture.
Okay.
It's a mixture. I mean, I have more people looking for stuff that needs work than doesn't.
Got it.
But there's definitely both buyers. So there's the cash buyer who wants the fix up work and maybe sell to make the capital, raise capital. Then there's also the passive investor. I get a lot of California buyers right now looking for, they're getting 4 or 5 in their market and they want higher, so they come here, so I do a lot of that,
Okay. So. All right. What kind of, I don't know if you can generalize, but what would be like a range on 8 units or something? I mean, price point that
so
you're seeing on.
Yeah, I mean, I just sold an 8 unit in West Phoenix. I think it was about $450.
Okay.
You know, they were a mix of 1s in studios and a couple 2s, and they were, I would say, they were not like recently totally remodeled, but they were in good shape.
What's the cash flow on something like that?
That was about 7%.
Oh.
7% cap rate, yeah.
That's not bad.
And you know, I'm working on another 8 unit that's somewhere in the 800,000 range, and that's in a better neighborhood with more potential, higher rents, that kind of thing. So,
all right.
you know, they usually evaluate those deals based on cash flow and cap rate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're the broker over at Capcore Real Estate. You guys also do some property management.
We do.
Okay.
Yeah. So we started that just about a year and a half ago. All word of mouth. Haven't been advertising it. This is probably one of the first things I'm saying. You know, I actually announcing it to some people, but it's clients that we've helped buy, investment properties for, and they needed an avenue for property management. And the one guy that I was working with kind of stopped doing it, and so needed another resource. And I figured, I get so much of it, I should just start it myself.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you know the ins and outs already, right?
Right. Yeah. From the brokerage side, you kind of learn a little bit about that, and then when you jump into it, there's a lot that you don't know, and then you kind of learn. And
sure.
It's fun.
So is that something you think you're going to keep doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's definitely something that we've got all the systems ironed out that for the last year and a half, just ironing all the kinks and everything, and now we're smooth sailing. So.
Systems.
Love it.
Smooth sailing means he's ready to bring on some team members.
That's right.
Yep.
Is that right?
That is.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. So share us a little bit about that. Let's. You talked about lead gen.
Mm-hmm.
Give us some ideas of what you're doing right now.
So I mean, we totally just max out our listings for lead gen, and so we have a whole process when we take on a new listing, just beyond putting it on the market. We'll promote it through Facebook. We'll promote it through all the major sites that you've heard of, like Zillow, Trulia. But we also pay for higher placement on those sites. So we're premium on all those listings. So those come in. I mean, we network. I have a database of buyers for specifically a lot of multifamily or investment that we send to. That generates a lot of potential buyers. But yeah, I mean, all combined, we just totally maximize whatever we can on those listings. And then, like you said, systems. All of that funnels into a CRM.
Okay.
And then we can systematically follow up with them and make sure that there's nothing falling in the cracks.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's one of the things, Joey, you and I always hear too is, the successful agents out there have their systems in place, and a lot of people struggle with figuring out, how do I put a system in place?
Yeah.
And so you've built it, it's ready.
Yep.
And now you're in that process of growing.
Yes.
How long did it take you to get those systems in place?
It took
create them.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's just like let's say, for example, CRM. I've been through several CRMs. Figuring out what they do and don't do.
Which one are you using now?
I use Real Geeks.
Okay,
and
it's an awesome one.
It's a great one.
Absolutely.
And I've used several others, and I just found out that best bang for the buck in services, that's the best one. It's also easy to use. There's not so many features that people get lost in it. I've tried like an Infusionsoft, and that's just there's just too much to it.
Confusionsoft.
Confusionsoft.
Hey, be careful there.
Yeah.
I consulted for them for a year and a half.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's a great company.
No, I'm just.
It's a
You
great
can say whatever you want.
You're scaring
Back
him.
it up, yeah. But
we're gonna get the mask. No, I'm just kidding.
But it's a good product if you know how to do it. And I'm not as techie enough, and I honestly I want to focus my time on real estate.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I have Infusionsoft.
Okay.
And I worked there for a year and a half, or consulted, and we're using Real Geeks.
Yeah.
Are you?
We are.
Yeah. We just started 2 months ago?
Yeah, we love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't put everything into place yet, like all the follow-up emails and all
the
of those
texting
things,
capability and all that stuff, but we're working through it.
Nice.
It's going to be fun. It definitely is easier to understand.
Yeah, so we interrupted him. We were still talking about our systems, or his systems. So it took you a while.
Oh, so yeah, I finally settled on Real Geeks maybe 4 years ago.
Okay.
And just been working that. And what I like about them is they keep adding additional features that are really nice. And one of them is like the texting came out a couple years ago. And there's other things that come out with eBlast and a bunch of tagging ways to just coordinate and organize your leads. And yeah, it's really great.
Awesome.
So,
good. After the show, we're going to interview you on
Real geeks.
Yeah.
So you get so you're doing the lead gen outside of that, and they're dropping them into Real Geeks.
Yep.
A lot of Facebook ads, you said.
Yep.
Okay. So are the Facebook ads you're running for the listing? Are most of the listings you're talking about the multi-unit or also?
It's residential as well.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. It's really whatever we're working with with the seller, we tailor the ad towards that. So yeah.
So when you talk about building a team, you're in a situation where you can, it sounds like, provide leads.
Yeah.
As long as you find people that can actually convert and follow up properly.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say, one of the struggles I come across is that someone's level of commitment to doing real estate full time and jumping in, and that's a big commitment, But if someone is just starting or just getting into it, I recommend they join a team or have some sort of accountability or lead plan or something, because there's a lot of shops out there that will go like, you fog a mirror that you can join and and they'll give you 100% and you just got to pay them their fees, and they don't really care, in my opinion, if they're doing any deals, because they're getting their monthly fees.
Is there a specific team member that you're looking for? I mean, would you take a brand new agent, or would you prefer someone with?
So I'm really looking for somebody that's at least done 2 deals.
Oh, okay.
I don't want completely brand new, because we've got a lot of systems in place, and I'd like to have them hitting the ground running right away. So typically about 2 deals is what we're looking for.
All right. Well, I think that's the big thing. I think figuring out the leads is probably the most important part up front, right? To get down in the systems. And I think that's an area where a lot of real estate agents just haven't had, they just haven't had the training. That's not something we learn, obviously, when you're going through real estate school, is what kind of systems should I really have in place, and how do I do the lead gen really well, right? And they don't realize that, you're a business owner at that point, and you have to do these things. So I think that's great. You want to share a little bit about kind of what you put together?
Yeah. I mean, so we are looking for the adding new team members.
Yeah.
And so we've kind of structured it where we do a split on commission. So we're not a 100% shop or a flat fee. We're invested with those agents to make them successful.
Sure,
So we make ourselves available to those agents through broker support and systems and leads and all that stuff. So there's only so much time in a day to do that, right? So we're looking for people who are looking to this full time and make a career out of it, and kind of build what I call a smallish team that's successful, and kind of like I'd rather have 20 agents doing 50 deals a year versus 1,000 agents doing 1. So
absolutely, yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm looking.
Well, I think they are much more appreciative, and they probably stay around longer. You build it as kind of the family.
Right. Well, there's that, and I like to keep my maybe circle a little bit smaller, and just help those people, where I can, and make a real difference, kind of things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So take somebody who's doing just a few a year, basically, and bring them up to
because there's
20-25,
or even the people that are at the 20-25 and taking the next step, because we have transaction coordinators that work with them, and
got it.
And so our structure is set up so that they're focused on sales and lead follow up.
Yeah.
And all the paperwork and all that stuff's just taken care of them.
All right.
So
that's cool.
So the entire system is ready to go.
Yep.
Sounds like.
We'll probably need to talk about that compensation model after.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about so if a newer agent were to come to you, I mean, if they're saying, well, I'm new, or it's slow, or I don't really know what to do, what kind of information or what kind of guidance would you give that person if they said, what do I do right now? Like, what would be kind of the first step?
Like if they're, well, I would say first of all, just you want to create, within a CRM, come up with everyone and put it in the CRM. And you need to let them know that you do real estate. And it kind of just work out on with the, just let them know. Talk to them, see if they know anybody that is looking to buy or sell, and just work that angle. That would be like their sphere. If it's somebody that's brand new and needs some help, maybe they don't know a lot of people or don't feel comfortable with that conversation with those individuals, hook up with somebody that's providing leads, and leads that are looking or have inquired on a property and have the ability to buy or sell, and work those leads.
All right. Well, before we get to the next section, segment of this. Anything else you want to put out there before we get you in the ring?
No, I mean, I think, we're looking for both residential and commercial.
Oh, yeah,
commercial as well, because I've got a lot of leads recently that have come through that are, I'd say they're the initial investors that we were working with buying maybe houses, and now they've bought a few, and now they're thinking, well, I'd rather maybe buy a commercial building and maybe sell my houses, and some of that's happening. They're doing exchanges, and and so, yeah, I'm looking for people to help them.
All right. Agents. All right. Well, you ready to get in the ring?
Yeah. All right.
All right. Put the mask on. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Here we go. What's the best advice that anyone's ever given you?
Join a team in the beginning.
Join a team.
Yeah.
All right. That works. How about favorite mobile app?
Favorite mobile app? I'm using one for project management called Rike. And it's really great. It creates our workflows. So like for listings or whatever we're doing new.
Yeah.
If there's a multi-step plan with times involved in that, with dependencies, like do this first before next, organizing that's a great project management software.
What's it called again?
Rike.
How do you spell it?
W-R-I-K-E.
W-R-I-K-E.
Yeah,
okay.
Check that out.
Yeah.
All right. How about a productivity tool or software that you use on a regular basis? You probably know this one, huh?
Yeah, I mean, Google Business Apps.
Google Business Apps.
Got it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, was there a specific one?
Well, they have
the suite, right?
They have the suite.
Yeah.
So we use that as a team, and so all of our stuff is kind of in the cloud, right?
Yeah.
So if we're working on a doc, and maybe there's a few people working on that, I can see what they're doing. I can add my own comments, and it's all live doc. So
have you heard of Gmail Folio before?
I have. I haven't looked into it.
Okay.
Yeah, but it looks like some sort of.
It's like a timeline. It's like a project manager type thing. It's free.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. So I hadn't looked into that yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at it either, Joey.
You ought to.
I know you've been sending me stuff.
I get their emails. Yeah.
I should probably look at it.
Yeah.
All right. And we'll have you draw another question here from the mask.
Okay.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
All right.
You asking the question here?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Unless my writing's too bad.
If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? Well, I'm thinking Europe. Mainly because I haven't been there. It would probably be Mediterranean.
Okay.
Yeah. Like a Mediterranean cruise. It's kind of what my wife and I have been talking about. So.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, cruises are fun.
Yeah.
That'd be a blast.
Yeah.
All right. And if agents that are watching or listening want to reach out to you directly, how would they do that?
So phone is pretty easy.
Okay.
602-366-5078. It's my direct cell. If you wanted to reach out, you can obviously go on my website. There's a contact us button on there. It says capcorerealestate.com.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else over there, Joey?
No, I think we're
Man
good.
behind the curtain?
Great
They know there's no curtain if they watch the video, right?
Yeah. There ought to be, though.
Plain seeing right there.
We definitely need a curtain. Those days you're not feeling too well. I know you're feeling better now. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in, Patrick.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
And until next time, this is Jeff Underwood.
And Joey Sampaga.
Coming to you from Security Title Studios. Have a fantastic day. Take care.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Good job.